Yeah.
Dylan's monster over here. He said, we in the boardroom. It's official. Dylan, all day. Represent.
Dilla?
I just want to keep doing this until...
I'm pretty sure he said we were live.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely live.
We're live!
Oh, yeah.
What? Jesus Christ. Oh, hey, what's up to our sidekicks and henchmen out there in the Geek Nation? You're currently tuning into the Saga of the CultPop podcast, episode 19, a show where we're going to talk about
20.
Friendship and comics, but mostly today, letters, and then also we are going to get to the March Madness of it all.
Yeah.
We're coming to you live from Manny Young Studios, aka CultPop corporate headquarters. We've got the big table.
Yeah, right.
We just had it built. And we're looking good.
So many important things happen at this table.
I'm your flatulent host. Wait a minute. Johnny Destructo of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, located at 4327 Main Street, a rad-ass shop that sells rad-ass stuff to rad-ass folks. With me tonight are Noel.
Hi.
Hey. And Randy.
What's the deal? Your man Arson, the voice of reason, Super Triple in the building. Comic Book Jedi, what it do?
And Brian.
Hi.
Hey. And Len.
Hey, holla at your boy. This is Len, a.k.a. the Bat Tribble.
I have a question for Randy.
Yes.
At what age were you a Padawan to Knight to Jedi? In your comic bookdom.
In my comic book bookdom, I was definitely Padawan in about 93. That's when I started. No, I started working at the... No, you know what? I started 86. 86 was when I started collecting.
So official training started at like 86.
Official training started at 86.
Why do you know the year 86? Was there a specific book?
Crisis
on Infinite Earth number 2. Wait. Crisis on Infinite Earth number 2 and Thor 337.
Okay.
Those were the two books, because I had been reading comics long before that, but those were the two that I read them and I was like, what the hell happens next?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm getting my Beta Ray Bill Stormbreaker tattoo on this arm and then my Golden Age Superman tattoo on this one.
I think that's a rule going forward. Next week, be prepared to the most memorable book, the first book you remember really like connecting with, whether it was a spinner rack or not, the year that came out. That's when you started your journey. So remember that for next week.
Oh.
Remember earlier when you were like, what you been up to this week, JD? And I was like, I have to call my wife. Also, behind the scenes is artist formerly known as CultPop Kid, producer Dylan.
Yeah.
If there's anything wrong with the show,
man.
Remember it's Dylan's fault. Before we get to it, we'd like to thank all the listeners and viewers out there listening and viewing. If you like what you're doing, comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell for the notices and whatnots. So when we do new content, you'll be aware of it. Additionally, we want you to engage with us, much like this next gentleman did, in a section I like to call We Got Letters.
We got letters?
Oh, we got lots and lots and lots and lots of letters. Hey guys, it's your boy Charles in Chattanooga, aka Hal2814. Just like Brian says it. Funny for a guy who probably hasn't seen any Green Lantern live action or animated stuff. Anyway, after watching part 1...
That's a laugh that says,
You know me. Son of a bitch.
Fuck you.
Anyway, after watching part 1 and 2 of the March Madness episodes, which you, the viewer, can go back and watch now, or later, actually. I missed it if I didn't hear the Netflix movie Polar, starring Mads Mikkelsen. Is it Mikkel or Michael?
Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen.
It started as a webcomic, then adapted into a graphic novel by Dark Horse. If you guys did mention it, never mind. All right, so here's the deal.
I got the list. So because there were way too many movies, we actually did a round not on camera, and Polar was knocked out very early. Now,
I did see it.
I will tell you all the movies from round 1 that didn't make the cut. Polar, Officer Down, The Spirit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2016, Out of the Shadows, I think it was, Men in Black 3, Men in Black International, Kick-Ass 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time.
I like that one.
I'm a fan of it as well. Yeah. But Sin City 1 was better.
Okay.
The Kitchen with...
that was good. Was it Taraji B. Henson?
Yeah,
that was Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy and Taraji B. Henson. From Hell with Johnny Depp. Red 2 didn't make it.
Electric Boogaloo.
30 Days of Night, Surrogates.
Also good. Sorry.
It was all right.
It's a really cool idea.
Son of the Mask, Heavy Metal 2000, Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, and I, Frankenstein. Those are the movies that did not make it to the final 64. Yeah.
Of those, from what I'm hearing, I would have liked to see how Polar and 30 Days of Night
did against each other.
Yeah.
Polar was against Monkey Bone, and it was a split
It
vote.
was against Monkey Bone.
You voted.
I voted for Polar.
I
voted for
Polar.
Monkey Bone.
I'd never seen Monkey
The
Bone.
other three of us voted for Monkey Bone.
Monkey Bone was absolutely hysterical.
Well, it's Mark
Have you even seen Monkey Bone?
Probably. I don't recall.
He doesn't even know. All right, so the deciding vote was an ignorant one. We got
Aware
it.
of the words monkey and bone.
Also, 30 Days of Night was up against The Rocketeer, and that was a 4-1 vote. So,
yeah,
like, the
Rocketeer.
matchups were absolutely random.
No, I understand. I understand.
What would you pick, Polar or 30 Days of Night?
I would have just liked to see them
See where they
in
go?
this, not necessarily against one another. But
I
if
see.
I had to pick against one against the other, I probably would have picked Polar.
Okay.
Polar is like bananas fun.
So he
I'll check
actually
it out.
wrote 2 emails. Here's the second one. Hey guys, blah blah blah. Green Lantern Tribble, blah blah blah. Hope all is well. All is still well. Thank you for asking us again. Recently, I heard on another I heard on another podcast that I won't name on here about an animated series on Netflix called Agent Elvis. I heard it's
I
in
just
the.
saw that it existed, but I haven't watched it yet.
I watched half of the first episode. I heard it's in the style of shows like Black Dynamite, The Venture Brothers, and Mike Tyson Mysteries. So, of course, I had to check it out. OMG, the cast alone: Matthew McConaughey as Elvis, Priscilla Presley playing herself, and Don Cheadle as a Nick Fury type character, to name a few. The premise is that Elvis, during his Vegas days, is recruited to join a top secret organization. The standout member of Elvis's posse is a chimpanzee named Scatter, who drinks, smokes weed, does coke, and loves the ladies. It touches on historic stuff, but in an over-the-top way, like when Elvis met Nixon at the White House, but this show has a whole different take on it. If any of you liked any of those shows I mentioned earlier, you might get a kick out of this.
I saw the trailer, and I'm glad y'all reminded me that it actually is now out, because when I saw it, it was like coming soon.
Yeah.
It looked like buckets of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea it existed until I wound up on Netflix, and I was like, oh, what's this? Matthew McConaughey as Elvis? So I clicked on it, and I watched about maybe 15 minutes of it, and I was like, oh, that's cute, and then I went about my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that. I did the same thing, but I did it with the trailer.
Oh.
I didn't know it existed until this email. It sounds cool.
But
Yeah.
I adore Venture Brothers. I did not
too.
get that vibe, but all right, huh?
It's
I think it's more the
I'll give it a
style, the art style. It's not
Yeah,
really
because Venture Brothers was like
but it's
hardcore
kinda-
satire.
Yeah.
It reminds me, I just heard about an Andy Samberg animated series, kind of.
Digman.
Oh, I like
take off
Samberg.
of. Yeah, me too. The review I read was not positive, but it will not deter me.
He's
'cause
just
Andy
the
Samberg is great.
He's just doing his Nick Cage voice.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
As like an
yeah.
Indiana Jones-esque character. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Charles from Chattanooga.
Thanks, man.
A.K.A. Hal2814.
2814.
A.K.A. the Green Lantern Triple.
Excellent.
You know what, Charles? If you keep watching it, let me know if it gets better.
Well, I'll let you know.
Elvis.
No,
Agent Elvis.
I mean,
All right,
Hal's
well,
gonna
I'm
tell you.
engaging the viewer.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Son of a brisket. All right, so now that segment has passed, and now we're going to do the new segment,
What's that?
which I like to call "What You Been Up to This Week, Huh?"
Wait, we did that already. We did that before.
Yeah, we've done
Yeah,
that
yeah.
before.
It's a new segment tonight.
Oh, this one's new.
This is-
Okay.
yeah.
JD,
Yeah, hey.
what have you been up to this past week? Yeah, no, you. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
look at
You, the person.
Oh, because I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks to fill us up in. Fill
Scream
us in on
6, mother
Fill us
lovers. I'm a
Fill us
big
up.
Scream fan. I love all of the Screams except for Scream 3, which is the worst of the bunch. If you disagree, you don't. Scream 6, Nolan, did you talk about it last week?
I did.
Did you talk about the 4DX?
You
I did. I talked about the 40X more than I talked about the movie.
Okay, yeah. The 4DX is delightful. If you're going to go see Scream 6 and you have a chance to go do 4DX, do that because they jab you and they give you the wind and the whatnots.
You're really selling it.
It's
Delightful is the
wonderful.
right word
And
for it.
They
It's
shake
jarring.
you around like a baby. That's what babies are for, right? Shaking.
Yes.
That's what they're for.
The list of babies' primary use.
Yeah.
Shaking.
I thought this was really, really fun. I thought taking it out of Woodsboro, which every single one of the previous. Oh, 3 was in Hollywood. You're right. Well, we didn't like that.
He's a fucking fan, right?
But I don't like that one, so it doesn't count.
It counts. It ends. It's got a great ending. It counts.
Yeah, the last 3 minutes are great.
I mean, all you got to do is
anyway,
get a closer, right?
They go to the New York City.
Make a bunch of mistakes.
Scream takes
Close one, be
Manhattan,
closing.
and it's great. I really liked it. Highly recommended. What did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was fun as hell. I liked 5 more, but I thought it was really, really fun.
5 Cream was definitely good as well. Did
But
anybody else see Scream 6?
I don't think anyone else cares at this table,
I haven't
right?
seen a
It's not
single
really,
Scream.
it's not really your guys'
Not
vibes,
one
right?
Scream?
Not a scream at all.
I am all in on the new main characters.
Yeah, me too.
The not really the core 4, sure, but like the sisters.
The sisters.
They're taking over. They're not better than Sydney, but I will follow them a couple movies for sure.
Did not
Taking
the
over, like, bitch, what is wrong with your life that you have to take over somebody trying to murder you all the time?
Trauma found them, and that
Like,
person-
damn.
Okay, so I meant taking over in a narrative sense, not like, oh, these people were literally passed a bloody baton. No.
No.
It's
Like, it just seems like the work, like, yo,
That's how the movie's
for
go.
6 movies, somebody been trying to kill your sister, and that was your job to try and
no,
kill
no,
her?
these are
What
new-
the
these
fuck?
are new characters.
These are new
Oh,
characters,
okay.
and
Whoosh,
like, so
that
I
was
mean,
close.
like in the franchise, they're taking over.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
Sydney
They're like
did
the
not
next
come down
generation.
from the sky and say like, "Here, they're gonna murder you now." Like it wasn't anything like that.
Enjoy these
specific.
knife wounds.
Yeah, like stab.
Did not one of these just come out?
Last
Last year.
Yeah.
5
Okay.
Cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was recent.
And part 1 and 2 came out
Within a year
of each other as well.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, they came out
Interesting.
quick. I
Yeah,
remember that.
I'm a big fan. I really liked it. I can't wait for Scream 7. Screven.
I really like it when people pronounce things as they are written.
Oh no, it's not written that way.
No, but 5
also,
Cream is.
And also, no, there is no 5 in the Scream. It's literally called Scream (parentheses 2022).
JD, I said I like it when people pronounce things as they are written.
Yeah.
So stop saying 5
Oh,
Cream.
sorry, my bad. Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Since you're giving me sass, what have you been up to this week, huh? Besides sassing me.
Well, sassing you does take up a lot of my time. But, yes.
Part-time job.
Aww.
Huh.
I forgot the huh.
Yeah. I was already onto something else. So
Tell me more.
I will. What I'll tell you about is what I've been up to this week. So I was watching Superman and Lois, the premiere. Haven't seen the one from yesterday yet, but man, that guy does a good job as Superman.
He really does.
He's so solid as Superman, and I also enjoy. I saw him say this in an article, but he's got like 5 different types that he's playing. Superman when he's around people who don't know who he is, and Clark Kent when he's around people who know who he is as Superman, and like that's the truest one, and he nails that.
Yeah.
Those different
Yeah,
portrayals.
he is very good at that.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Tyler. How you say his last
Hoechlin.
name?
Hoechlin.
Okay.
I love that dude.
And and he's it's continues to be a very unusual Superman story in that he's much later in life and he's got 2 teenage sons, but it's so solidly Superman that it's great, and this continues that. My one sort of nitpick with it is there's a moment in the premiere, or a while in the premiere, where they wonder if Lois Lane is pregnant, and Clark is like, I didn't think that would be possible. How is this? I'm like, you have 2 kids. Why?
Wasn't that
Why didn't you think it
multiversal
would be
shit that
possible?
got them their 2
Yeah,
kids?
it was something relatively multiversal that
It was
got that.
like
But
they were.
she was pregnant with she had just had a son, and then she had 2
But didn't
after
it happen
Crisis.
on another planet?
She went to Argo City
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
gestation, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
like
know.
it wasn't entirely. I didn't specify it, but it wasn't entirely like natural. It was
Yeah,
because of this. We go to Argo.
Yeah,
and
and I don't think he had powers at the time because they did the same thing
Something
in the book
like that, yeah.
when,
Okay.
when John was conceived. Same thing. He didn't have powers at the time.
Oh, see, I thought that was more of a
about
like
next.
we should go to a place where the baby won't have powers while growing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a
in
good
your
idea.
non-powered uterus. But speaking of which, they switched out one of the actors. The other actor decided to retire from it, and
I have an itchy hand.
What's
Go on.
happening?
I'm just scratching my hand.
you seem
Go
to be
on.
doing it very pointedly at me.
No, I just have an itchy palm.
Thank you, Noel. And he does a capable job. The new guy.
Yeah.
So
I'm digging.
overall, it's like more of the same. I really appreciate that, and that same is good. I'm liking it.
Great, Len and Noel.
Yes.
What you been up to this week, huh? So, by the way, we got the chat going.
Nice.
Terry's killing us.
I can't read
These
any
are
of
words.
those things.
Terry's killing us.
Oh, why?
We don't have a couple of us got to see Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Yes.
Len and I both saw it. It will not be a full main review tonight because we're going to keep with the bracket. But what did you think?
I really thought that it was a boring movie.
Yeah?
It was. I fell asleep for 10 minutes and woke up and missed not a thing. It was. I left out of there thinking, wow, Marvel and Disney must be the only movies that have mastered special effects that don't look weightless. Because a lot of these special effects just look, you can tell they're running on it, like in space. It's not really, the special effects, the creatures don't really have any type of weight to it or anything like that. I think that the actors for the most part are sleepwalking. They've, to a degree, dumbed down Shazam's costume. Like he doesn't have
There's no collar thing.
collar.
It's just
I
a
love that
okay.
first costume. That's a shame.
I like what they did with the color of it, though. Like the color and the texture is really cool.
Yeah,
but getting
kinda
rid of
works.
the collar cape.
But getting rid of the collar, he's now just basically Superman.
Yeah.
And I just really, I thought it wasn't really well done and well imaginative in any way. It was just really boring. And
Oh, what a bummer.
and
that is a
I really
bummer.
thought it was delightful.
I can really see why it bombed so hard.
Huh.
Oh, well, I completely disagree with you. And you're wrong. No, I had a bucket of fun. I thought it was awesome, especially the last half. So everything you said, I agree with you with like the first half hour. It's like they tried so very quickly to do a speed round because it's been like 4 years.
Yeah.
And it was jarring. It wasn't very smooth, and it was pretty boring. But then as soon as they started to cook, as soon as you like really, essentially as soon as the character of Freddie Freeman got taken away, that's like got kidnapped, which is in the trailer. It just became a much more cohesive movie, a much more like entertaining movie. And I'm sorry, the third act was so fucking good.
Wow.
I loved the third act.
I did not
the
like
whole last half hour, essentially when they destroy Philadelphia.
Well,
That's where we are.
They
was
destroyed
fantastic.
this made-up Philadelphia because
I saw the signs too, and I got annoyed.
geography is not right.
That's true.
At all. Like they just like
got
they
Citizens
literally
Bank Park,
it's like Philadelphia Sims.
It's just
It's basically
they
what
filmed
it
in
is.
Taiwan.
So was the first one.
Well, true.
I enjoyed the second half of the movie. I thought was 10 times better than the first half. I loved the cast. Every time Zachary Levi's alone was annoying. But every time that he was playing off all of the others, I really, really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I guess we disagree, and maybe once everybody else sees it, we'll give like a more full-throated review.
I still want to see it.
The
Yeah,
first
I really
one's
wanna see it. I love that movie.
probably one of my favorite DCU movies.
And
Probably
that's
like
the
top
other thing,
two,
it
top
doesn't-
three.
It changes the tone so much, so drastically from the first one. That's the other
A
thing.
lot of people seem to have been complaining about, and I agree with them, that Levi is not acting anything like Billy
Yeah,
at all, at all, and that's a little weird.
that's very weird.
Whereas the other ones maintain
they
the
maintain the
character
same-
of their like counterparts.
Yeah.
So it is a disconnect. I'm not exactly sure. It's awesome.
Randy, what you been up to this week, huh?
I discovered this show on Hulu called Woke.
Oh wow, you just found that?
I don't be watching stuff that ain't. I'm a cop show fiend, so that's all I really watch. But I was up. I'm like, all right, what's this all about? This is the story of the artist Keith Knight. This guy out in San Francisco. He's played by the guy. I forget the guy's name. He was on
New Girl?
Yeah. Yo, that thing is hilarious, bro. So he's an artist. He does this comic strip called Toast and Butter, and that's his thing. And he's about to get syndicated and go all through these. Lamorne Morris.
Yeah.
And he's about to get syndicated and make this big deal. And then like there's one day he gets stopped by the cops and they tackle him and they're like he fit the description, this, that, and the other thing. And so like it messes with his head. So like inanimate objects start talking to him. Like a trash can starts talking to him and his magic marker and your man he starts bugging out. The funniest joke, he's in this barbershop in his neighborhood. He's in San Francisco, and the barbershop got gentrified, so it was this place called Daryl's. And then he went in there, and it was like nobody black left in there, and it was all these hipsters in there. And he was like, do the right thing. Like, do the right thing. And he picks up the trash can, and he throws it at the window, but it just bounces off. And he just stands there for a second, and he just takes off running. And this dude's whole story, man, it's just nuts. And then the stuff is talking to him, and he goes through this thing on the bus, and the koala escapes from the zoo, and all this just madness. And he's sort of getting a little bit more in touch with his own blackness. Mm-hmm. It's hysterical. That first season had me dying. I was like, maybe I'll go to sleep. Maybe I'll watch another episode. And before I knew it, I had watched the whole first season. It's really, really dope.
It's 2 seasons. Is there going to be a third, or is it a completed kind of thing?
I hope so, but
I don't know, because the second season was maybe about a year or so ago. Was it?
It's done after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, that first season was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good show. I checked out I don't know if I finished the first season, but I was enjoying it. Yeah.
Nice.
And it was cool that it was based on Keith Knight.
Yeah.
Very cool dude.
Eddie Madison's in the chat saying, have you seen the Animaniacs 2020 on Hulu?
I have not.
No, I have not.
The
He says it's
2020? No, I saw.
Yeah,
I saw when they did the new episodes, and I think that was on HBO Max.
Is that different from this?
No,
I don't
it's
know.
Hulu. It's
okay.
2020.
Yeah.
2020. So yeah, that would have been it. Yeah.
Okay.
It was right there
Was
on
it good?
HBO Max. It was all right.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I was always hit or miss with the Animaniacs. Like some of
I
the
used to
sketches
love-
were cool.
Oh, I love them.
You like them?
Yeah, I love them.
Producer Terry's in the chat saying, I love the OG series. So did I. Yeah, I remember laughing a lot at the original Animaniacs. That and, what was the other one?
Freakazoid.
No.
No, it was cool though.
Tiny Toons.
Oh, Tiny Toons was
Oh,
amazing.
I love Tiny Toons.
Should we all sing the
Adventures
theme
is
song
about-
right
No, we
now?
shouldn't.
Terry wanted us to
Terry's
stall a little
yelling at
bit.
us to start the main review.
It's March Madness, man. March Madness Comic Book Movies Non-Marvel DC Part 3. We have narrowed down to 32 movies, and we've got 2 more rounds left.
If you could just real quick go through every single one from last week that I missed.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I mean, you want to know the winners?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
continue.
we'll figure them out as we vote tonight, right?
Yeah,
They'll all
the
represent it?
winners.
Yeah. So the way we do this, it is a bracket-style elimination round. I give 2 movies. We vote collectively as to which ones of those 2 will move forward, and then they get matched up later on. We will do it in snake-style rotation. I actually wrote it down what it looks like. Snake draft order. So we'll start with you, and then we'll go that way, and then we'll go that way, and we'll just keep going. I know this is an audio.
So the snake draft is Randy, and then it goes all the way to Len, and then Len again, and then back to Randy, right?
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Cool.
It's absolutely
I'm
correct.
all caught up.
Just like a snake.
I mean,
Like a snake.
let's just start.
Let's just start. Terry, do you want us to start?
Family Feud.
Dun-dun-dun. Do you got dun-dun-dun. Do you got the bottom 3 ready? This is part 3.
Bottom third.
Bottom third. Top bottom. All right, so this is only for Terry. The first matchup of round 3 today, the year of our Lord, 2023.
Well, some of ours.
It's 22nd day in March. Randy,
Yo.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 or Kick-Ass?
Ooh.
Oh shit. It's getting hard now. That's what I said.
No one.
Who's at the Brian?
I never liked anything Kick-Ass related.
Ah.
I never like the movie. It was like I'm a knucklehead in a costume and I get beat up a lot. I didn't like the book.
That was the subtitle.
You really made it seem like this was a hard choice for you.
No.
The beard stroking and everything.
Oh, what do I do? I truly hate ones. But anything less than that, anything more than indifference.
I look back on the Turtles. I was like,
All right.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It didn't really. Turtles never really captured me like that in any form, except for the animated one. The one animated movie, the Patrick Stewart one, when we talked about. I love that one.
2007.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Turtles on this, but either one. I'm
You're gonna Brian.
So Randy says Turtles.
Well, he's seen them both.
I've seen them. Yes.
With amendment. I'm gonna go Turtles also. This movie was. I remember seeing this at in Port Richey, Florida, on a Saturday afternoon after begging for a week.
What year of your Lord?
1990, the year of our Lord, 1990. It was a June month.
Which June month was it?
June. I had the soundtrack on cassette. I was down for every single piece of it. The toys were my favorite, like the movie accurate toys, not the just normal cartoon turtles. Like they had those like leathery ones. I think this movie was, and for a very long time up until Blair Witch, it was the most profitable independent movie of all time.
Oh, all right.
True that.
Yeah.
That is
I
true.
was wondering what that connection was.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that's what they see.
I never shit my pants
that's
in the
what they
theater until
see
Blair Witch.
and stand in the corner. Like when Josh is standing in the corner at the end of Blair Witch, he's waiting for Michelangelo.
To bring him a pizza.
And he never shows up, and that's what's so scary.
That's the horror.
Yeah.
JD, what do you think?
I'm gonna be completely honest. The nostalgia. I gotta go Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you had brought me 2 VHS tapes right now, which would you watch? I would watch Turtles.
I think Kick-Ass is a better movie than the comic.
Oh, absolutely.
Also. Yeah, it's
absolutely.
better than the comic.
In the same way that Scott Pilgrim is.
Yeah.
I did not during the last 2 weeks see Kick-Ass, so. But I doubt that I would have that would change my vote anyway. I gotta go Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right.
Len, what is your vote that doesn't actually matter now?
I was about to say it doesn't even matter, right?
For posterity.
Blair Witch.
Until I saw the trailer for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies that's about to come out. What is it? Mutant Mayhem, I think is what it's called.
Looks awesome.
I had not seen anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I really cared the hell about. So while I agree with you, Noel, that the Kick-Ass movie is better than the comic book.
Yeah.
I agree with Randy. It's still a little piece of nihilistic like craziness, but I enjoyed the fuck out of it. So I will just for shits and giggles give it to Kick-Ass.
Nice.
Cool. All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wins over Kick-Ass, and it moves to the next round. Len.
Okie dokie.
The next one we're going to talk about is the classic, The Phantom, with Billy Zane and Treat Williams.
Yeah.
Or V for Vendetta.
Oh,
wow.
With Hugo Weaving.
Okay, man.
And
You gotta
Natalie
take the
Portman.
nostalgia out of it.
No, you don't.
only if you want
you
to.
vote how you want to. It can be weighted.
I know.
Any given Sunday.
Well, here's the thing. I enjoy The Phantom, but just like with The Rocketeer, when I'm watching the movie and I'm just wanting it to be more. It's just
That you're going to say over. Just wanted it to end.
Well, surprisingly, to be honest, most of the time when I watch it, something happens in the middle that I don't remember, and then it's over. That's usually me falling asleep. So,
so in a way, you get more every time you watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But V for Vendetta, I thought was just a really smart,
So good.
good movie, man. And I don't know whether or not it's better than the comic. I just found the comic book impenetrable for me. But the movie I really, really enjoyed. So I got to give it for V for Vendetta.
All right, V gets a vote from Len. Brian, have you seen these movies?
I have, and I've seen both of them.
Shit, it's going to be a real vote.
Oh yeah, it's happening. This is happening. I always loved the Phantom. I just think the Phantom is a really cool character, and the idea of the Phantom is really cool. But similar to Len, V for Vendetta was a great movie. Like I really enjoyed that movie, and I definitely have remembered it more in the years since. I never read the comic, but V for Vendetta is my pick.
Nice. V for Vendetta.
For the Natalie Portman of it all?
And the Hugo Weaving of it all.
Good scenes.
And the Stephen Fry of it all. And
Gary Oldman?
And
Who is it?
Gary Oldman's not in
Is he
it.
not in that movie?
No.
Oh, I saw it with him. We watched
There
it
you go.
together. Yeah,
Makes sense.
it was a great experience.
Also,
I
it
kept
brought me
saying, Gary Oldman. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
it brought me a new delicious treat. I have actually started making eggy in a basket, which Stephen Fry makes for her in the morning, and it's so well shot. And I was like, I want to eat whatever that is, and so I researched it and figured out how to make it.
Nice.
Really easy.
But it doesn't taste good.
It does.
Okay.
It's awesome.
What is it?
It's just
Basically, it's a piece of toast, and then you take a glass and you cut. You just like push through, like cookie cutter style.
Okay.
You make a hole in the center of the bread, crack an egg, fry that in the middle of the toast.
Okay.
And then you've got egg toast.
Interesting.
It's great.
All right. Good.
All right, I'm gonna vote for V for Vendetta, but I'd like to say that if I ever owned a movie theater or a screening room of any kind, I would program an entire day of The Phantom, The Rocketeer, and The Shadow.
I
That
would
be
go
cool.
to that.
I would also go to that.
I would
Yeah.
go to it late
Yeah.
after The Phantom was over, but like I would watch the other two.
Jide, you're not welcome.
Damn it.
You don't see them all.
Those three movies, I think they came out over the course of maybe like 2.5 years. They were very close to each
Oh,
other.
yeah?
Are just pure pulp 40s
Yeah.
fun. And
Don't
I know you
do
hate
that.
this. I
Don't
know
you
hate
dare
The Shadow.
do that, because it's not.
It's so good.
It's not.
It's so good.
It's not. The Rocketeer, maybe. The Shadow, no.
It's
It's
so good.
not. And
It's so good. I
no,
watch it all the time.
No.
And not only would I do that, I see your
Here we go.
your
I know exactly what
Phantom.
Put it into this
Are we doing-
stupid
But
mix.
before Phantom,
What are we doing in
Here's
between?
one.
would go. Dun, 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 dun,
Buckaroo
dun,
by
dun, dun,
time.
dun, dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
no.
Flash.
God, no.
Listen,
No.
that is one of my favorite bad movies. And just because they were together on that cartoon, Defenders of the Earth, Flash and the Phantom, that's why I would do it.
I'd rather watch the
only
Defenders
reason.
of the
This is
Universe.
now. This is like this isn't a matinee, or this isn't like an all-day matinee anymore. This is like a 12-hour festival.
Yes.
So what we'll do also between the movies is cartoon episodes of
Yes.
any of
Defenders of
it, those.
Phantom
but also,
2049.
I would also go as far as saying let's that stupid Flash Gordon live action from Sci-Fi, like the early 2000s. Throw an episode of that shit in there with Whitney from Smallville. Whitney.
You did do that.
Yeah.
No, what you got to do is you got to go back to get the old Flash Gordon. It was Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon a Filmation cartoon series.
Yo,
down with that
that
too.
was fire.
Was hot.
That was dope.
It is going to be a pulp film
Yes, sir.
festival.
Meanwhile, V for Vendetta.
Yeah, V for
nice,
full,
nice.
that's full sweep, full sweep. I wanted to spend a minute on like my nostalgia, my happiness for these movies. But
Has there ever been a Doc Savage movie?
No, and
Interesting.
I would do it.
Yeah,
I would love that.
That would be cool.
The Rock was close to it.
Robert Monroe Jr. says, AKA Toad in a Hole. My kids eat it all the time. The eggy in a
Excellent.
basket. Yeah.
No.
Randy,
Yes.
I need you to help me with this next question.
Okay.
It is: would you rather watch A History of Violence or Hellboy from 2004?
Ooh, that's tough.
Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy.
Now, remind me, History of Violence is the one with the sexy stare scene?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yes. And because there
There's a
are
movie
other
around it,
opportunities
too.
for Hellboy
Yeah.
to exist in here, there's more Hellboyery in this. I'm going History of Violence because that movie was just fire, dude. Viggo Mortensen, dude. Whatever. I'll watch that all day. Yeah. Yeah. Hellboy has other shots and other iterations in here. History of Violence.
Plus 2 was better than 1.
I'm gonna go Hellboy because even though it wasn't the best Hellboy movie, I loved this movie. I like just seeing Hellboy in live action. I was very happy. I'm sorry.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go Hellboy.
You have to apologize.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go Hellboy as well, although I do love Maria Bella. It's a little bit boring, but also a little bit fun. But I think Hellboy lives up to rewatching more than History of Violence does. For me, anyway.
Not clips. The whole movie.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go a different way from there.
Unless it's the stairway scene,
I'll watch that.
That is in
I'll
that
just
movie.
watch that on repeat.
I just like watching, what's his name?
Vigo.
Yeah, Viggo just hurt people. Your man was ugly in that movie. It was great.
He is my man.
He's my man.
The way you guys talked about History of Violence last time, that has made it to my list, and I really do want to watch it now because everyone was effusive about it.
Yeah.
But I really liked Hellboy, and still have not seen History of Violence. So, Len, I'm sorry. I feel like I know which one you're going to vote, but I'm going to go Hellboy. And
Which one do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say History of Violence.
No, I'm
you
gonna
were
say
all
Hellboy.
about it.
Oh, nice,
okay.
nice.
No, History of Violence is great. It's an amazing movie, but JD hit it on the head. Hellboy, despite its faults, is still more rewatchable.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like creative and
Yeah.
wonky.
Yeah.
And you can't believe that they actually made Hellboy work.
Yeah, that was like a passion project for a decade.
We had, speaking of Passion, I was just about to say this anyway, but Passion of the Christ was out a little bit before Hellboy, and I worked at a movie theater at the time, and a woman came out and complained that there was an ad for this Hellboy guy before Passion of the Christ, and I was like, well, I'm sorry about that, man, but he's actually a pretty good guy. He turned around, he fights for
good.
good.
Chance, you would like him.
Yeah,
He likes pancakes and kittens.
Yeah, he's not he fights against that kind of thing. And,
Think of it as he's a hell of a boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
If only I had thought of that.
On that dad joke, I would like to throw it to you, Len.
A dad.
Yeah, it was an accurate
granddad.
statement. Yeah. There's this movie called Atomic Blonde. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, many
But
times.
if you had to put it up against Kingsman: The Golden Circle,
Atomic Blonde. Done. Atomic Blonde. Redonkulous. Fun.
how many times have you seen Atomic Blonde?
The title?
Blonde.
1 or 2 times.
My God. Title.
But it is a cool title, right? And Kingsman is not that cool of a title. So I'm going to have to go Atomic Blonde.
I know what you're voting.
I'm going Atomic Blonde. I love that movie. And the soundtrack is a lot of fun.
I'm going. I want to go with Kingsman because of Pedro Pascal in that movie. And yes, he's awesome in Golden Circle.
Which one is it? Wait.
Pedro Pascal. He's Whiskey.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is pretty dope.
He's
in that.
awesome in that movie with his lasso that's a laser. He's just so awesome, and everyone seems like they're having fun. But then Atomic Blonde has some great choreography, even though I don't really care for the movie.
It might be, I don't want to interrupt you, but it might be one of my favorite set pieces of choreography, like a choreographed fight scene. It's one of my favorites. I love the work that she puts into that.
You're right. I hated the movie.
That's fine. No. I like that scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kingsman.
Cool.
Oh, that's the tough one. Because I did enjoy the heck out of Atomic Blonde. That was a fun ass movie. It's fun to watch. Let's go Atomic Blonde. Yeah.
Carl's. Hi, Carl. There has been a Doc Savage movie. It starred Ron
Eli. Yeah, I
Eli.
thought there was one.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It exists and it's campy as fuck.
No.
How long ago?
It's probably like the 80s. No, it may be
No,
like
it'd be
it might
earlier
be,
than
might
that,
be
'cause-
like the late 70s.
Yeah, because Ronnie Lee was Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan the TV show.
Yeah, on the TV show. So this was a while back.
And then even Robert Monroe Jr. says Robert Eli was a good Doc Savage. I was hoping for a series.
Oh.
He looked as a good Doc Savage. Ron Eli was not a good actor.
No.
The Man of Bronze.
But he had the physique, so he pulled that off. But the movie is garbage.
My only Doc Savage experience is from the Planetary. The fake.
The fake Doc
the
Savage.
fake Doc
and there with
Savage,
the-
yeah.
He had a
the
Fortress of
crumbled
Solitude before Superman.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Next.
What's his name in the Man of Bronze?
The Man of Bronze, I think.
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah, he is.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, your favorite one, the one with Vanilla Ice, or Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Yeah, Turtles too.
It's an awful movie.
No, it's
awful
great.
Hang on, Turtles is an
Secret of the
awful
Ooze.
movie.
No,
It's got like great animatronics.
it does.
It's a very delightful, fun to watch movie. Josie and the Pussycats,
Ninja.
and of course it's got that.
Go Ninja.
Oh, I like
go
that
Ninja,
reworking
go
of the
Ninja, go Ninja,
Go.
No.
That
But
in
I
and of
know,
itself.
I know that Josie and the Pussycats is a better movie. The cast is awesome. I'm gonna go Josie.
I am also going to go Josie. That soundtrack's fire.
I've heard a lot about Josie and the Pussycats recently and how interesting of a satire and whatnot
Yeah.
it is, and it sounds very cool. I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and I liked it, and my vote has little weight at this time, so I'm going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I know.
Yeah.
Josie.
All right, cool.
I'm down with my Pussycat.
This one will be interesting. Stop looking ahead.
I can't read it.
Do you want to learn how to read?
Len,
Yes, no.
Dick Tracy, or Dread 3D. The Carl Urban Dread. The official title was Dread 3D.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Counterpoint.
Before there's an argument, I'd like to say.
that if I could throw a little bit of programming your way to this day of pulping that you want to do,
Judge Dredd.
I was wondering where Dick Tracy was too. Yeah.
I would throw Dick Tracy in there.
You're right.
To show them, while slightly didn't stick the landing, but for the most part, it does everything that all the other movies that you want to program try to do, and did it relatively well. So I would throw Dick Tracy over there. Now in this vote, however, I just got a whole lot of fun for Dread.
Man.
I really do love Dread.
Dude.
Dread was just so good. But I tell you what.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So many.
As good as Dread
forths.
is, that movie, that plot is done better in the Raid Redemption. So I'm going to give the vote to Dick Tracy.
Holy shit, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah. I'd call it more of a tilt-a-whirl. It kind of felt like, right? There's a lot of going around. So
Ride of some sorts, absolutely.
Graviton.
Yeah. Oh, I like that ride. So I haven't seen Dread, of course, but Dick Tracy, it looked good. Dick Tracy did something when it came out that felt like it wasn't done at all at that time. It was 4 colors. It was like the comic on screen, and it was a comic that I wasn't that familiar with. You know, I knew about it, but I don't think I'd read it that much. And it was just super cool. The style, it was highly stylized, and the style was good. So I'm gonna go Dick Tracy.
This is real tough. I actually want to go back. I don't know if it's probably not even streaming anywhere, Dick Tracy, but I'd like to revisit that. I haven't seen it since the theater, I don't think. But Dread is one of my all-time favorite action films. I love Dread. I will watch that. If I walk past a television, if I'm driving past a television, I'll just pull over and just go in someone's house and start watching it.
Adjacent to a television and or any backlit screen that is showcasing a trailer, the credits, and or stills of Dread. I'm in. Stop.
I'm in. Yeah. You got me. So I'm going Dread, baby.
I just want to say, Bubba did it. I'm gonna vote Dread. Honestly, Dread. I think Dread is a better. It's Dick Tracy was perfect for me at that age, but unlike some other movies in this bracket, the nostalgia didn't travel with me as I got older, and I started to see the seams of the movie a little bit more. I don't enjoy it as much as I do enjoy some of the other nostalgic things that we've talked about. So Dread just is a movie I will throw on. I've shown people Dread. They gave me side eyes, and I showed it to them, and they were like, all right, this is amazing. Yeah. So Dread, I think, is strong.
Hey, in the chat, discover if the movie is streaming anywhere. The Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy
was the first time-breaking vote of the evening.
You know how bad I still want a yellow trench coat?
Yes.
Dick Tracy, man, that was my joint. Cause I watched that movie like, why is this so damn cool? What? This boy is in the streets with a bright yellow trench coat and hat and don't care. Like, no, this is me. This is what I do. Madonna in that was.
That was prime Madonna.
Prime. Yeah, Dick Tracy all day, man. That was a joint.
Dick Tracy advances.
Yeah, Terry, I did ask the chat to do research.
Yeah. And Terry, you could be doing that as well.
That's instead of giving me sassafras, you could
keyboard warrior. Find out.
Your man is Sass King online.
Anyway, Randy, moving forward with things that actually matter. Sin City, directed by Robert Rodriguez.
And Quentin
Tarantino. And Frank Miller.
Fuck off.
All-star cast. Or Old Guard. Directed by Blythe.
Gina Prince Bythewood.
Blythe Danner.
That's the first Blythe that I thought of.
The second in a row Charlize Theron action film.
Can I, real quick, am I crazy? I kind of equate Sin City with Dick Tracy a little bit. Like, Dick Tracy was a precursor to Sin City. Does that track for anybody else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Under the blanket of pulpy noir, sure.
Well, and also
Yeah.
it's a comic book sort of brought to life as much as they could have brought that comic book to life.
I mean,
think-
well, to be fair, Dick Tracy wasn't really a comic book; it was a comic strip.
Right.
Strippies.
Answer the
Oh,
question.
should it be
Randy.
kicked out of
Go
this?
to bed.
Do your vote.
Old Guard. That was my work. That was that work.
Yeah, it was good.
Old Guard was. I can't wait for the second one.
That came out of nowhere.
I can't wait for this. Yeah, right. But I read the book. The book was fire.
It is great.
The book was fire. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see how this translates. They nailed it, dude. And
I loved it.
Yeah, Charlize Theron in anything, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, is he cute?
This is rough. I love Old Guard. Old Guard was one of my favorite movies that year, and I love Greg Rucka. But Sin City was, it was another movie I was obsessed with. I was obsessed with the soundtrack. I was obsessed with. Actually, I loved everything about that movie more than the book.
Yeah.
And I loved the swing of it. And it seemed like something it was only capable or possible to do once. Because every time that they've tried to recreate that since, it has been middling success. Either it's been
Spirit?
a what?
The
Spirit?
Oh
Was kind
yeah,
of
like
that,
the
right?
spirit.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well, even now with the technology of like using the massive and kind of creating panels, like I don't think it never happened. It never worked until, and it hasn't worked since.
Using
For
the
me.
yeah,
Yeah, it's the large dome screens that they use now. It's called the Massive.
Oh, I haven't heard. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what Mandalorian.
Mando,
yeah.
Sin City. I love Old Guard so much, but I'm gonna give it to Sin City.
Terry Leahy says Robert Rodriguez fucks man.
Interesting.
It's true. He fucks.
I was not aware. That's cool, though. I should have assumed.
He also did one of my favorite behind the scenes on a DVD.
That's true. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Nice. Puerco Pibil, baby. I'm going Sin City. That was, when I first saw it, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Old Guard is very, very good. That's what we're going against, right?
Yeah.
Old Guard is very, very good. But as far as like setting a new standard or doing something incredibly new visually, it doesn't really do that. It's just another action movie that has really cool elements to it. I'm going to go Sin City. Brian.
As you guys, Nolan, JD, both intimated, Sin City really brought the comicness to the screen. And I very much respected that at the time and continue to do so. I also really like the aesthetic of the black and white with little bits of color.
Yeah.
Is really cool. Yeah. I like the noir vibe of it, and I was as taken as the two of you. Old Guard, still on the list. I'm going to go with Sin City.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is very tough, but I think I am going to go with Sin City because I think it did like change the game. It was like nothing that had been seen on screen ever. And it still holds up. Like you said, no, they've been tried to remake the wheel every time and they just can't get it quite right. It's probably technically as good as the book because I don't think the book reads as well now. But the movie, because of the spectacle of it all, is still prime stuff. So it's Sin City.
It was a rough one.
And it was because Old Guard was.
I love that movie.
Randy, if Charlize Theron was in Sin City, would that change your vote? Because it does have Rosario Dawson.
True, very true.
Alexis
dude,
Bledel.
Old Guard, just that movie, it stuck with me. And the girl, I can't remember the name of the young lady that played the newest recruit.
I forget her name.
Yeah.
But Adero, I forget her name. But she's dope.
Yeah, she's really
Niall.
dope. Yeah.
I mean, that's her name in
Yeah,
the
Niall.
book.
Yeah.
All right, next.
All right, so the next one, Flash Gordon, Len. Flash Gordon.
Well,
Or-
okay, what's the solution?
You love that, right? Oh, no, you did love
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World
Just all the way through.
is just a joy.
Yes.
And I don't understand why that was not a hit. That was such a joyful movie. Like JD said, I don't think it's fair for me to say that it's better than a comic because I never really read the comic book. I just kind of like knew of the comic book. And flipping through it, it never interested me. But when they said they were going to make it into a movie, I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. And they announced the cast. I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Especially when I heard that Brandon Routh was going to be in it. It's like, and I'm not, at the time, wasn't a big Brandon Routh fan coming off of Superman Returns. Everything in that movie worked.
Yeah.
Everything, including the Brandon Routh of it. Everything in that movie fucking worked. It was so great. A fantastic, joyful movie. Scott Pilgrim all day.
Nice. I completely agree. Scott Pilgrim was amazing. There was just moment after moment of well done, fun stuff happening in Scott Pilgrim. And similar to Sin City, brings a comic-y literary aesthetic to a movie in a way that not a lot of adaptations do. It's, it's one of those adaptations that feels like you are reading the comic in movie form. I've read very little of the comic, but there's so many good parts of Scott Pilgrim, so many good people in Scott Pilgrim, some of whom I didn't know at the time at all. Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim all day for me as well. That there's nothing wasted in that script or on screen.
Yep.
And he uses every single filmmaking technique at his disposal and puts it all together and somehow makes it all work. It's so great.
It's Scott Pilgrim. First of all, I think the comic is fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
And that they were able to squeeze 6 volumes into one movie. But what's cool about it is it's an adaptation of a comic book that leverages musicals and video game mechanics, and it all just filters up and works in every way. So, Scott Pilgrim's it's a masterpiece.
The only thing I didn't like about Scott Pilgrim is I don't like Michael Cera.
Understand
Michael
right?
Cera plays the best Michael Cera in everything.
Yes, he does.
And
Or he always plays Scott Pilgrim.
yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, he killed that. But I've never seen him do anything remotely different.
Yeah.
Nah.
Everybody else in that movie was fantastic.
Did you ever see This Is the End?
No, I did not.
He is a little, yeah. That's a lot of fun.
Everybody else in that movie was fantastic. Chris Evans was awesome.
Yeah.
Brandon Routh was awesome.
Yeah.
But everybody in that movie was killing it. And you know what? The only thing I didn't like about it was Michael Cera was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But you are not going to. I'm not letting my movie get swept. I love Flash Gordon. That movie changed my life when I was a kid. Flash Gordon.
Nice.
I respect that.
Oh, you gotta love that. It may have been done before, but do you know Pac-Man? I know of him.
Yeah.
Paco Paco?
Paco Paco?
All right. Well, I fixed the scores. Yeah. There we go. All right.
In.
The next Scott Pilgrim advances. Randy.
Yes.
Road to Perdition or Men in Black? The first one.
Fuck you.
Hey, man, this is how the bracket works.
Oh boy. Whew. That's a tough one. Jesus. I really, really do love The Road to Perdition. It's my Tom Hanks villain movie. There's got to be one movie where you don't like Tom Hanks.
Anti-hero.
And even that, he was like the most likable murderer in the world. Men in Black. I said it.
Men in Black, I feel like as good as Road to Perdition is, Men in Black's got cultural relevance, pop culture staying power that exists to this day, and it's one to be proud of. I love that movie.
Yeah, Will killed it. Yeah, give me that.
Men in Black. I'm an unapologetic Will Smith fan. I've been with him since DZ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. I love that movie. It's incredibly charming. And him bouncing off Tommy Lee Jones is just comedy gold.
Yeah.
Guild.
Plus you got Tony Shalhoub.
Yes, Tony Shalhoub's part is fantastic as well. Men in Black, definitely. Road to Perdition is a great movie. It's very good, but Men in Black is transcendent. It's a whole other kind of experience. So, and plus it has aliens and stuff in it, and crazy tech,
you know
what have you.
I never noticed, but you're right. It does.
Oh yeah, Tony Shalhoub was an alien.
Oh,
that's true. That's how come his head regrew like that.
That's weird.
And the cool tech and the cool vibes, and I think I bought the sunglasses from Men in Black, and they were cool.
Okay.
And Men in Black.
Well, Then I will give the Flash Gordon Sympathy Award to Road to Perdition. Because I watch that movie once a year. Love it.
What, Road to Perdition?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
You watch that once a year?
Once a year.
yeah, man. It's hard not to watch. If I see that, it's
I mean,
on,
I've been
I'm
doing
like,
it just
all right, I'm gonna
fine.
Chill. Really?
You're a
I've
man
been
of many
not watching
talents.
Yo, if that thing is on, I'm like, all right.
Oh, it's never on. I don't
I was
have
gonna say,
cable.
like, when I'm parasailing, I don't fly by a television stream that's playing Road to Perdition.
I actually
to stop
parasail
it.
with my phone watching Road to Perdition.
DVD?
Yes.
Can I borrow it?
Speaking
Smart ass Magoo.
speaking of parasailing, I'd like to throw this back to you.
Oh, there
Len.
he is.
Okay.
If you had to choose between The Losers, an adaptation of Andy Diggle jock comic book, or The Rocketeer, why would you pick The Losers? I know what you're gonna do, so prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. What's gonna be worse? What's gonna be worse? Proving me wrong or picking the movie that you want to pick? What's gonna be worse?
Shut up, no. I really wanted to like The Rocketeer, man. I so wanted to like The Rocketeer.
I'm surprised that you don't.
Yeah.
Well, part of it is because I don't think, like, there's nobody outside of maybe the actual Betty Page that could have played Betty Page. And then Jennifer Connelly does.
Wait, maybe the actual Betty Page?
She's not Betty Page in the. She's just Betty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. But
They dropped the page.
But they use Betty Page as the.
the model. Is the model.
In the book, she's Betty, the actual Betty Page.
Wait, what?
I'm almost
In
positive.
the Rocketeer? No.
Somebody.
No, I think they just draw her to
She's
look like
the
Betty.
she's the
I don't think
model
she is
for the
actual-
character.
I
I
wanna-
don't think
she's
she's
not-
Betty Page.
she's
I think that would be great
Betty
if it was. Hold on.
That would be great, but I don't think that's the case. Go on.
Either way, Jennifer Connelly, and I like Jennifer Connelly. But she's no Betty Page. So, and the Rocketeer, I just want it to work. It just does not work for me. I try every few years. I'm like, let me put it on. Maybe now I'm at the age where it'll hit me, and it just
Oh,
doesn't do it
man.
for me.
I just revisited it a couple years ago, and I was like, this shit still works.
I see. I have to rewatch it maybe. But The Losers, the thing about The Losers, again, that's another one. I want it to work, and it doesn't work. I love Idris Elba, but he's not. I think he's miscast.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
It basically is that.
Terry, what
I'm
would you
going to
vote
go to
for?
Rocketeer.
Terry, what would you vote for?
You voted for the Rocketeer.
Just yell it.
What's my options?
Yeah.
Rocketeer or the
Rocketeer.
Losers?
The Rocketeer.
Thank you, Terry.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
It is also my choice. I haven't seen The Losers, but I don't think it would matter. I haven't seen The Rocketeer in years, but it's awesome, and I am voting for The Rocketeer.
I am also voting for The Rocketeer. I have seen both of these movies, and I actually like both of them quite a bit. But Rocketeer has a special place in my heart.
Rocketeer. For everything that everybody's already said.
Was it Betty Page?
I don't have time to read the whole article.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Too
the
long
audience
didn't read.
would pull
Internet,
their
too
weight.
long didn't read.
TLDR.
Yeah.
You guys can all eat a dick. I love The Losers. I wanted that
Yeah.
movie. Like you said, I think they were just trying to do too much at one time with it. But I loved all of the characterizations of everybody. They nailed all the characters.
You really think Idris Elba is the right?
It was
casting?
good as Rock, yeah. Because you can. Driss can be that guy where you're like, I don't really like him. Like, as much as you love him, he's that guy. You're like, oh my god, you're the worst. Stringer Bell was a scumbag, dude.
Yeah, he was. Stringer Bell was
still-
awesome.
But he nailed it. He pulled it off.
He was a businessman.
But yeah,
No, he's a bad business.
was anybody mad that he died?
No.
I was.
Spoiler alert.
No, I was sad that he died.
Nah, Stringer Bell.
Just
Was,
because I like
that
watching.
rhymes.
I
The
just
only
like
person you
liked
were
him.
mad that died was Omar.
yeah.
Spoilers for a 15-year-old television show.
Oh, older than that.
Yeah, if you haven't seen The Wire, whatever.
I can't help you.
Yeah.
All
What
right,
is
so
next?
the Rocketeer advances forward. Randy,
Yes.
do you prefer Watchmen, Cowboys, or Aliens?
Oh.
3-part question.
Oh my goodness gracious. Cowboys and Aliens are a special place in my heart, but I really love Watchmen. Yeah, Watchmen was my choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Watchmen. I think it's I'm gonna go as far as say I think it's Zack Snyder's probably strongest flick, and I liked the changes.
I also am going to say Watchmen, even though I think it sort of misses the mark on what it could have been. I think the HBO show was like better. But I do think if you're going to make a shot-for-shot remake a la
300.
I was going to say Psycho.
Okay, yeah.
This actually works way better. Way better.
And the Psycho one, I just threw in a bonus, didn't see, but
Take an extra shot, everybody.
yeah. So that I wondered why remake it.
Yeah.
This one is making a different medium and doing it almost exactly, and I thought that itself was very cool. Plus, I thought the movie looked and felt very cool. So, Watchmen.
For a film that for the longest time was dubbed unfilmable.
Unfilmable,
Yeah.
they said.
They filmed it.
Yes.
Yeah, they did. I think I'm going to go with Watchmen as well. Yeah.
It's a sweep. It's a clean sweep, guys. I think that's the first one in this round.
Unanimous.
Because, some of us had our emotional votes. Speaking of emotional votes, Len,
Yes.
1994's The Mask with Cameron Diaz and some other guy. Or Hellboy 2, The Golden Army
Oh.
with the
shit.
dreamboat that is...
Ugh.
What's his face? Rob Perlman. Ron Perlman.
You know.
Robert Perlman. In red.
Hellboy 2 all day.
That's tough.
No, it's not. The mask is the mask, and it's fun. It's ridiculous, and it definitely brings the member berries out. But Hellboy 2 was a lot of fun too.
No love for Cuban Pete?
Yeah. I mean, look.
Just a little bit of Cuban Pete?
I got a lot of love for it, but I do have a little bit more love for Ron Perlman's Hellboy. Nice. Like he is Hellboy out of the comics. So I'm gonna give it to Hellboy.
Hellboy 2 is awesome. I prefer it to the first one. It's got a surrealist bent that I thought was very cool. Randy, I bet you're regretting your Hellboy Will Have Another Day in the song.
Not.
Oh, okay.
Because there's still another one.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. That's
All
true.
the Hellboys advanced
that's
from
true.
round
Advanced.
3.
But I never think of either of them that often. But The Mask I absolutely loved, and I gotta go Mask.
The reason I was hemming and hawing was because I always have a nostalgia for Mask. And then I remembered, I revisited it like last year and I hated it. I couldn't finish the movie.
Never watch your heroes.
Did you?
Later.
Older, like the.
Did you? Have
live
you
long enough
rewatched
to
it
become the
recently?
villain?
No, I haven't seen it in 30 years.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm fine then.
It does not hold up. Hellboy is delightful, and I agree, better than Hellboy 1. I'm sorry, Hellboy 2 is better than Hellboy 1. Faux show.
Yeah, well, for all those reasons, Hellboy 2 is a better movie. Even though I do remember loving The Mask and was obsessed with it, Hellboy 2 is better.
Don't revisit it.
I don't know.
No, I actually watched The Mask again fairly recently, and dug the shit out of it. But yeah, Hellboy 2, man, that thing was epic.
It's a good movie.
It was like I liked the first one, and I was like, all right, I'll watch the second one, and it was just bigger and just wilder, and everybody was all in gold and all that. I was like, what the? All right, yeah. Hellboy
Who
2.
is the bad guy in that who's not Tom Cruise? I watch that movie every time.
Oh,
I'm
it's
always like,
Luke.
that looks just like Tom Cruise. In the
Luke
makeup.
something.
So Tom Cruise is not in the movie.
He's not in it.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I didn't think
I'll look
so.
it up in a second.
It doesn't matter.
It's happening.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Archie to Riverdale and Back Again? Asked
have.
Eddie Madison.
Television
I have
movie,
not.
so it
It's a
didn't.
TV movie. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, that's why. What was that? The Hulk versus the Thor.
Oh, right.
the trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Yo,
Yeah.
Prince-
that was some of the hottest trash ever.
Prince Nuada was played by Luke Goss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of action movies.
And then Carl says Bloodshot was okay. It seemed like they were ashamed of the fact that it was based off a comic book, but overall it was a good film. I never
liked it.
saw Bloodshot.
Didn't make it
No,
past
I
round
saw it.
2, unfortunately.
The comic was great.
All right, so the next go round is we're gonna keep it on the Hellboy tip.
No.
Hellboy 2019,
This goes to Randy, right?
yeah, versus Oblivion,
That's tough.
Starring Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
starring Tom Cruise.
I did enjoy Oblivion, but yeah, Hellboy 2019 was that work. That movie, and I think it really did get slept on. And I think the fact that the first two were very, very cool and a little bit more family friendly, and the 2019 one was, ooh man, it was. Folks were just getting torn to pieces in that movie, and I think that kind of messed with it. But the movie itself was dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought
it was dope. I'm gonna go. Yeah,
got such a bad rep.
And what's the guy's name that played Hellboy in that?
David Harbour.
David Harbour. Yeah. Yo, if Ron Perlman didn't exist, David Harbour. Yeah, the next best thing. I thought he killed that. Yeah, I'm definitely going Hellboy.
That says that on his wiki.
Yes.
He killed it.
No, if Ron Perlman didn't exist.
That's the back of the box. I actually just recently rewatched Hellboy 2019 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it is way stronger than I remember.
Yeah.
A really good movie.
I don't know why it gets such a...
However, I love Oblivion.
Oblivion's a fire-ass movie.
I love the design of Oblivion. I love the pacing of Oblivion. It's got one of the best scores. I love Oblivion. So I'm gonna vote for that.
It's the music in a
Yes,
movie.
the instrumental music. It's done by M83.
Don't like it.
It had the most points. That the score.
God damn it.
It won.
That's actually pretty good. I don't remember Oblivion other than it was like really slow and it was a sci-fi movie with Tom Cruise, something about clones maybe. I do remember Live, Die, Repeat, which I can't believe is not on this list because it's a comic book movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, why is it not on the list?
It's based on a manga from...
The manga is called All You Need Is Kill.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
they thought would have been a better title.
Right.
I'm going to go
Probably,
Hellboy. That movie gets shit on for no reason other than it's not Guillermo del Toro and it's not Robert Perlman. I think if this was...
Ronald Perlman.
I think if this was just a Hellboy movie that didn't, in a world where Robert Perlman did not exist,
He does not
people
exist.
would like this movie more. And I think it's really just like, well, it's not what we were supposed to be. Yeah. So I'm going to go into Hellboy.
Well, I haven't seen either one. Oblivion sounds really cool, though, right? So I'm gonna go Oblivion.
Score. It's got a score.
Yeah. I like that in a movie.
It's got the high score.
Ooh, that's even better.
Does it?
Len, what say
so
you?
far it's a tie score.
Don't say that unless he's keeping track.
Sorry.
Oh,
Whoops.
it's not a secret
Hellboy.
ballot. Oh, there it is.
There we go. Guys,
What do you do?
Hellboy.
Nice.
every Hellboy film
Wow.
advances to round 3.
Stop banging the
impressive.
table. Terry's going to punch us.
Every
There you
Hellboy film.
Yeah.
damn it.
Can we get a Foley artist to add in the table hitting sound?
3 matches left.
Okay.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, how do you know what
Len.
a Foley artist is and you've seen 9 movies?
I'm more of a behind the scenes
Only
guy.
watches behind the scenes
I like
featurettes.
radio plays.
Cool.
He's seen 9 movies. I've seen the credits.
That is actually very
Buys the
accurate.
DVDs to see the
Facts.
I've seen so many movies. Not any of these.
Mystery Men
Oh,
or Red.
Mystery Men.
yeah. Mystery Men for sure.
All day.
Red is a great movie. Mystery Men is a better movie, and it's a more fun movie, and it came out at a time when it was much more unlikely to come out and was awesome.
Everything that he just said.
Thank you.
Plus Janine Garofalo.
Yeah, Mystery Men. I adore that movie. Red.
Red, dude. I
Red?
love that movie, dude.
Red's great.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
for
Bruce
sure.
Willis is so just... Like, the beginning where he keeps calling her, and he's trying to really just keeps calling her to talk about his checks because he really likes her.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing just goes completely fucking bonkers. I love everything about that movie.
I got to revisit it.
Oh, man.
Mystery Men
Mystery
moves
Men,
forward.
Indeed.
Randy,
Yes.
Men in Black 2 or the classic masterpiece known as Judge Dredd,
Oh, starring Sly Stallone.
starring Armand Assante.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you just say Armand Assante and what's the old guy?
Max von Sydow.
Oh yeah, Max von
You
Sydow.
mean the Armand Assante, Max von Sydow classic, Judge Dredd.
Different
The
movie
Armand
now, isn't
Assante,
it?
Max von Sydow vehicle featuring cannibalistic cyborgs.
And Rob Schneider.
And Rob
And
Schneider.
that Rob Schneider vehicle. Man, you take
that-
him out of that movie, it's so much better.
Yeah, facts.
Fast forward through him. He's obviously inserted.
Yeah.
Like half of his scenes are like from off like the side because the test audience.
You
has
can
got
do
to
it!
Basically.
Wait, what was it up against again?
Men in Black 2.
Men in Black 2. Yeah,
I'm
Men in
gonna
Black 2. I gotta go. Will and Tommy, man, their chemistry together is just dope. Definitely go Men in Black 2.
Their chemistry together is fantastic. More so in the first movie, Judge Dredd, all day. All day. All day. Judge Dredd.
Not today.
Damn it, sorry.
Men in Black 2. Now, if it was up against the better Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah, it's a better Judge Dredd movie,
No,
sure.
no, I'm sorry. The better Judge Dredd movie, which
what I
was
said.
the one with the 3 seashells. Demolition Man.
Oh, it was a phenomenal movie.
Demolition Man
Yes.
was the better Judge Dredd movie than Judge
It was a
Dredd.
good movie.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're making up rules. That's whatever.
Yeah. Let's forget about these
You're
brackets.
right about
Yeah.
that. You are right about that. Demolition Man was a much better.
It's
Judge Dredd
so
movie.
good.
Great
And
movie.
it's not Judge Dredd at all. It's like you guys have never read Judge Dredd.
Oh no, I don't care about that aspect of it. Whatever JD said, but the Demolition Man is a great movie.
Demolition Man is fun as hell. I'll give you that.
Yeah, yeah.
With
It's a Sly Stallone movie in the future.
Yeah.
What's Simon
But
Phoenix?
he's from the present.
That is the best villain name ever.
was
Simon Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Men in Black 2. It's an amazing movie.
These are all losers.
And I didn't see the other one, but Men in Black 2. I wonder if the final two will be two movies that I have not seen.
I mean, odds are yes.
Well, we are kind of winnowing down. A lot of these are ones that I have won, you know, but not all of them. Not all of them.
Len.
I cannot vote for Judge Dredd.
Excellent.
But you,
You
don't
have
like
to.
Men in
That's
Black
the-
2?
That's why this is fun.
The options of choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to give reasons as to why you're picking the inferior movie, or we're just moving? No.
Men in Black 2. Please.
Okay, fine.
You know,
fine.
surprisingly good sequel in a time where sequels were not that great.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it's a very good. I think it's
It's an okay
I was gonna say like it's got 2 or 3 really good like scenes,
Yeah.
but it's not a very strong.
Well,
like,
fuck what I just said. Then never mind.
Okay.
But it's not a bad
I don't think it's a
sequel.
strong movie. Yeah.
It's not like super great. It's
I'm-
going up against a piece of shit. That's the deal.
They're all better than Men in Black 3, but
Oh, everything. is
Comic
better.
book sequels are often breaking the mold of second movies being better than the first, right?
You said often?
Yeah, a lot of like Spider-Man 2s, not these movies specifically, but I
Batman
feel like-
Returns.
yeah, so
Better.
these are
Shit.
most of the comics that we read are not the origin story, right? They're not about Batman becoming Batman. He's already Batman, and that's what comic sequels are.
I mean on this list, yeah, but in like let's say the Marvel and DC stuff,
Oh yeah, Iron Man.
most of the
2.
second movies really aren't as strong as the
I guess
first
we're the
ones.
so I formulated this theory before the MCU really got going, but we've got Spider-Man 2, X2, Superman 2, Batman Returns. I like Dark Knight better than Batman Begins.
Well,
Yeah.
The last match of the night. Len. Random Acts of Violence or League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. 2 movies that got a visceral reaction out of you. So pick your favorite, and that's what's going to be on your tombstone.
Pizza.
Len, we have other bad news for you.
I mean, how about honorary plaque? It could go anywhere. It doesn't have to be posthumous.
I gotta go. I can't believe it. Jesus. I gotta go League of Extraordinary
What?
Sean Connery.
Because for some strange, obscene reason,
And you don't like Judge Dredd.
when that is on, I find myself sitting down and watching it. And then I gotta watch it to the end. It's not a good movie.
This is like
I don't think
this
I've
is
ever
like a share
finished that
circle.
movie. Yeah. This is a safe space.
Admit it.
That's
Admit
not
it.
a safe space, but this is.
the internet.
Don't go over there.
Well, to be fair, and also I gotta be. If I saw random acts of violence, I don't remember anything about it. So I gotta go with the one at least that.
Is that the one with his taint?
Every movie is the one with somebody's tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always on screen.
Viggo Mortensen? Is that
That's random
No.
acts of violence, not.
You're thinking of Eastern Promises.
Eastern
Which is-
Promises? That's exactly what
We
I'm
had
thinking
the same conversation 2 weeks ago, I think.
I don't remember.
Eastern Promises versus
I forget stuff.
History of
Violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really wanted that naked fight scene.
I did.
Yeah.
Listen, it's really ballsy. No pun intended.
I think
Seemed
you,
like
I
it
think
was
you intended the
intended.
pun.
I think
You really
I've
intended that
got
pun.
you.
Ah, damn it! It was intended.
The first one, I don't remember even talking about it 2 weeks ago. And
Thank you.
what was the other? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah. LXG, if it's easier.
I
That
don't
is
remember
easier
the
and
last time I
faster.
was supposed to remember.
I think I saw some of
better.
that, and the concept of it, very cool. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The concept is very cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I finished either of those movies. I'm gonna go Acts of Violence. Whatever.
Well, one of these I saw all the way through, and that's LXG. So I'm gonna vote for it.
Nice.
Is it so bad it's good, Len?
For me,
Okay. You know how I love Daredevil the movie, even though it's terrible.
I think it's better than Daredevil.
It's better than Daredevil.
I think so.
it's
I mean,
probably on par with
I
Daredevil.
mean, you have
Maybe I'll revisit.
You have Nemo doing kung fu, but more so than that, you have Agent Tom Sawyer taking Captain Nemo's hot rod through the streets of Venice as buildings are falling,
Yeah, making absolutely no
chasing.
sense.
And Mina Harkness is turning into a flock of bats, killing these.
It is the dumbest
cool.
movie.
It's
Dumb movie.
yeah.
so terribly,
Yeah.
badly good.
You're right. It is better than Daredevil because Daredevil's has what's her name, Jennifer Garner as
Yeah.
Elektra,
Yeah.
and that's horrible casting.
I mean, I love
Oh,
her.
the casting, but I thought she was delightful in the movie.
Well,
There is a multitude of reasons. that
LXG
she-
is better.
I think LXG is
It's dumb fun.
dumb fun, whereas the Daredevil movie really wants to be self-serious and
Yeah.
just is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely LXG.
Yeah.
I'm like you, Led. Like there's nothing about the movie that's like, oh, this is fantastic. But if it's on, I'm like, all right, cool. Let's watch.
Where
And
do you guys exist that things are on that you haven't put on?
We're parasailing.
We've established this in the canon of the
There's
show
so
a
many
couple
windows
times
with
now.
so many TVs in
Yeah.
the skyscrapers as you parasail past them.
I'm one of the few people in the world that admits they still have cable,
Oh, all right.
and so I'm like, all right, let's see what's on.
That's
I'm still cable too. And things are just on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have cable.
My son is mad at me because if Man of Steel is on, I put it on. He's like, yeah, we watch this movie all the time. I'm like, look, kid, you know how many times I had to watch Cars
Yeah, nice.
and Big Hero 6? Don't. I watched Big Hero 6 so many times.
It's really good though.
with this boy.
I love that movie.
That movie's dope.
It's all about your generation because the one that's burned in my brain is The Lion King. I saw The Lion King 8 zillion times.
But see, I got a couple of them because Amy and Aaron are older. So with them, it was I saw Shark Tale so many times.
I haven't seen it
So,
once.
like they broke the DVD, so I had to buy it again. Shark Tale.
Wait, did they break it from watching it a lot?
Yes.
Oh,
Now after
in
one,
real life?
after
That's
one
crazy.
viewing, he was just like, "Fuck this!"
Yeah. You broke this by
Cracked
making
over
me
his
watch
knee.
it.
Look what you made me do.
But it's
Okay,
an amazing movie.
so
Yeah,
that's the end of round. That's the end of part 3, which was the end of round 4.
Cool.
There are only 7 matchups left.
Oh shit.
And that's how it breaks down.
You guys, I'll tell you what. If we
Yeah,
get to the final
break down
2,
to 8?
we'll know that a week ahead
4,
of
2,
time.
and 1. So
I
8
will think about
movies,
watching those
4,
movies.
But,
Okay, go.
but I
Yeah.
think we can accomplish that in one show.
Oh, yeah.
So we're
yeah.
gonna do 2 round or one more round and the semifinal and final next week.
Great.
Oh, I rescind my sort of soft commitment. I said we would know beforehand if I haven't seen the movies, and I'll try to watch them.
Hang on.
right?
You want to
I'm not
know the
watching
list of movies that
I'm
are
not
still on
watching
the table?
14 movies.
We're gonna see the,
but-
list, the
yeah.
movies that are still on the
Here
table.
we go. Yeah.
Which Ninja Turtles is this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 99, V for Vendetta, Hellboy 2004, Atomic Blonde, Josie and the Pussycats, Dick Tracy, Sin City,
You're not that
Scott
fast
Pilgrim
enough.
vs. the
even
World,
start.
Men in Black, The Rocketeer, Watchmen, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, Hellboy 2019, Mystery Men, Men in Black 2, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
What was after Atomic Blonde?
Josie and the Pussycats,
There we go.
Dick Tracy, Sin City, Scott Pilgrim, Men in Black, Rocketeer, Watchmen, Hellboy 2, Hellboy 2019, Mystery Men, Men in Black 2, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Chris Dunn says,
seen most of those movies.
I feel the love-hate for Daredevil, mostly because I hate that I kind of love it.
That's right. The older
right.
you get, the more you don't give a shit and just like what you like. It's
So, Rocketeer has moved on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why I got this Jones for a quarter pounder. So I think I'm going to put a quarter pounder and some fries
And
when
watch
I
some.
go home, and I got some work to do, and I'm going to throw on the Rocketeer.
I might.
That's cool.
I might try to watch LXG.
I think I'm gonna. So
put that
of all these movies, the one that I literally don't remember too much of is Josie and the Pussycats.
That's.
I need to
I
watch
gotta
that
watch that
too.
too. Yeah.
Everything
watch
else
that
on here,
too.
I got a pretty good handle on. I think I'm gonna try and watch Josie and the Pussycats. But
All right.
that's about it.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and joining us for this love fest of comic book movies that don't include Live, Die, Repeat for some reason. You can join us here next week.
Don't point out the cracks. I don't know.
I watched it recently and I love that movie so much.
It's a great movie.
It's
but-
such a good movie.
Okay. Alita Battle Angel's not in here either. I didn't break the rules.
Oh, that was pretty
What's
good.
that? What's that Japanese art kitsugi? Where like if a cup breaks and they
Yeah.
repair the cracks
Like
with
Kylo
gold.
Ren.
You know what else is not on
Yeah.
there? Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
Which
we need to do
based on an anime based on a
manga,
right?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, sorry, you guys are still here. Email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com to let us know what your favorite of these films are. And you can tweet with us at cultpopgo. What else can I do? You can come to my shop, Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex. Join us there. Brian, where can they find you?
I'm at brianliebdesign.com. I'll be at the Barley Sheep Theater in Exton
April 14th.
April 14th. Thank you, Lynn. April 14th, 8 o'clock. Barley Sheep Theater, improv comedy. I think you'd enjoy it.
While Len's telling us where they can find him, drink the rest of this.
Okay.
Len, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Michaud. You can find me on the Michaud Mission, MICHEAUXMISSION, wherever you find podcasts, as well as on YouTube, where we stream right here from Manny Young Studios every Tuesday night.
Not this big ass desk though. We got the big desk. No.
You can find me at noelthewriter.com or on what's this social media? On Twitter at CultPopGo or just at Mr. Bartocci, MRBARTOCCI. Also, if you're so inclined and you like comic books, you should download our new podcast, Fresh Floppies.
Fresh Floppies.
Fifth episode appeared today in your feed. It is a spoiler-free review of comic books that are on the shelf right effing now.
Nice.
Single issue comic books, spoiler-free. Jump in.
Oh, also you can join us on patreon.com/JohnnyDestructo and join the sticker club where you get a sticker every month. Randy?
BoomBapTherapy.com. You can find all of my music. Gangstagrass.com. You can find all the music and events for the world's greatest bluegrass hip hop band. If you put Our Son, the Voice of Reason, into the internet, you will find me. That's where I'm at. I'm also hanging out at Atomic City Comics. You can find me in Uncanny. You can find me all over the place slinging these floppies. Yeah, I mean.
I do. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will talk at you later.
Yeah, about this table hitting.
That ruins a podcast. Whoever
see
it
that.
was, I will review. I will
It was me and it was him. We both did it.
Sorry.
I just
Who
want
was
real
it?
quick. Thanks for doing the gift, Len. Big shout out to Dylan. He ran this entirely by
he's
himself.
so
I got
great.
stranded in New York City, and now I'm here. So I'm on the show.
Yeah. Fought his way back. Yes. As a reward, he's joined the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, and especially Dylan. No thanks to Terry. Love you guys. Bye.